Hi, it's Jean Kuhn again, and my guest today is Renee Oswald. And Renee is the mother of twins, Julie and Joe, and the grandma of three grandkids, Leanne, Cody, and Andrew. She's proud of her family, and she's also proud of how she's changed in the last 10 years. Renee's had many jobs over the years as a bartender, warehouse billing, accounting in Chicago, a loan officer for over 20 years, and now a certified hypnotherapist, certified gathering house, a lighthouse teacher, a meditation teacher, and a Reiki master, and probably a lot more. Renee is proud that she supports people in making the changes in their lives that they want to make. And she knows how to support them because she's made these same changes to her life. Renee, I'd like to welcome you today, and I cannot wait to find out more about what you do.
Thank you, Jean. I'm very happy to be here with you. Thank you.
Very cool. So you do a lot of different things there, and I think I do want to start with I know hypnosis is one of your specialties, one of your modalities. Tell me a little bit more about why you got into hypnosis and how that helps people.
Okay, so I think one of the biggest ways that I got into hypnosis, or why I got into it, was because I was a smoker. And back in the 90s, I went to a hypnotherapist to quit smoking. And I'd smoked for a very long time and attempted to quit many times on my own and found out that I wasn't able to do it. So back in the 90s, it was like a big deal to go to a hypnotist. So I did, and I went for one session and I quit smoking.
Oh, wow.
And to me, that was amazing. So I, read about it and studied it and read self-hypnosis books and hypnosis, regular hypnosis books. And finally, 10 years ago, I decided that I wanted to find out more about it and take classes in it. So that's what I did.
So can everyone be hypnotized?
And that's what a lot of times people will ask me that. So I'm going to give you one example of my niece. So my niece came to me to quit smoking, and we did a session. And at the end, she goes, "Aunt Nay, I don't think I was really hypnotized. I felt relaxed, but I don't think I was hypnotized." And I go, "That's okay. You really don't have anything to compare it to." So when she left, she goes, "I'm coming back in 2 weeks because I want to make sure that I don't smoke again." And I said, "Okay." So 2 weeks later, she came back and I said, "How did you do?" And she goes, "Well, I had a cigarette when I left your house. I went to a party." And I said, "What about the rest of the time?" She goes, "Oh, no, I didn't smoke." I go, "Well, that's really good." She goes, "But I'm dreaming about it." So we did another session, and she said to me, "Aunt Nay, I don't really think that I was hypnotized, but I felt more relaxed this time." I said, "Okay." She goes, "I'm going to come back in 2 weeks." I said, "All right, fine." So 2 weeks later, she comes back, we do the session, and at the end of the session, she goes, "I haven't smoked for like how many weeks? I must have been hypnotized." And I go, "You must have been." So it's just that a lot of times people think that they can't, or they're not sure if they were hypnotized. And then when they start to see the changes, they're amazed that those changes are happening. So it's just a matter of, I think most people can be hypnotized. I think they just need to quit telling themselves that they can't.
Okay, so I think that what we as humans have to compare that to is what we see on television, or if we go to a show, a hypnotist show. So
Right.
What's the difference between what's going on stage and what you're doing?
Okay. Well, on stage, it is entertainment, first of all. And what I do is not entertainment. But it's not only the entertainment factor. Those people, a lot of times, are really hypnotized. And they are following directions. They're listening to the suggestions. And they're maybe doing some crazy things. And I've been to some hypnosis shows that I have just like laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed. Because people truly are listening to the suggestions that they're getting. And they might be doing this crazy stuff. But again, I think it's just the difference between entertainment and making the changes that you really want to make in your life by suggestions.
Great. What's the best story you've had from besides your niece? What's the best story you've had of somebody who's made a change? Maybe something different. And I'm just asking, maybe something different than weight loss or smoking.
Okay, so this just happened about 5 or 6 weeks ago.
Okay.
came to me because they wanted to drive over a bridge.
Oh.
And I went, okay. Well, and in my mind, I thought, well, I've not really worked with anybody about driving over a bridge. But I looked at it the same way that I do anything else. If you want to make a change, it's a matter of going to the subconscious mind and telling the subconscious mind that you can do something or you can change something, whatever that is. So she told me her whole story, that she was on a bridge and it was construction and something crazy happened and she got like so nervous. And she said this happened 20 years ago. So now for 20 years, she has not driven over a bridge.
Her name's not Dawn, is it?
No.
Okay. I had a friend 20 years ago that was super afraid to drive over that quarry between the Indiana and Illinois, right there on the Indiana-Illinois, right there on 394. So that's what I thought. I'm just going to ask.
Okay. No, that's okay.
Okay.
So, and this bridge to me doesn't even seem like a bridge. She's talking about like on LaGrange Road from like 171st to 179th to 191st. Her daughter lives on the other side of the bridge, and she would stop her car, order an Uber driver, park her car there in a parking lot, and go over the bridge with an Uber driver to go to her daughter's house. So anyway, but I mean, it was like all bridges though, but that was the bridge that she really wanted to accomplish first.
Okay.
So she came here and we did a session and she said, I feel really good. I bet I can do this. And I said, okay, good. And so she left and she was going to do it on a Sunday morning when there wasn't a lot of traffic. So that Sunday morning, it was a little bit colder out. It was a little bit kind of icy and she got real nervous and she didn't do it. So I just, called her like about a week later and said, how are things going? What's happening? And she said, I didn't do it. I said, okay. She goes, I just got like really nervous. And I said, okay. She goes, could I come back one more time? And I said, sure, you can come back as many times as you'd like, but let's see if we can, really get a handle on this. So we did one session and all of a sudden, 2 days later, I got this text sent to me with a picture of somebody in a car and there she was. And she said, I did it. I drove over the bridge. I mean, I'm getting goosebumps telling the story. I got goosebumps then. She said she knocked on her daughter's door and her daughter answered the door and she goes, I drove over the bridge all by myself. She didn't tell her daughter. She didn't tell anybody that she was doing this. So she was just like really, really proud of herself. And that was about 5 or 6 weeks ago. And since then, I've gotten 2 more texts from her going, I'm driving over bridges all the time. I feel really good. I'm really confident.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What a great story. And it really, so tell me how that works then, because there has to be something where there's a fear that hypnosis is helping you with. So tell me more about that.
Yeah. So what happens is we have this program in our subconscious mind. Our subconscious mind has got everything, habits, everything that we've ever read, saw, done, heard. It's all there in our subconscious mind. It's also got all of our habits. So all of your habits are there too. And it drives you every day. It makes you do things every day. But like the habits, the simple habits, if you think about this, when you get up in the morning and you brush your teeth and you're right-handed, you would go in the bathroom and you'd brush your teeth with your right hand. You would never go in the bathroom and brush your teeth with your left hand unless you said, oh, today I'm going to try something different. It's an automatic thing. So like even for her, that was an automatic thing. A bridge, scared. Remember what happened to you, even though it was 20 years ago. It's all in her subconscious mind. So now what happens is you get a new program, and the new program is, I can drive over the bridge. I'm okay. Everything's fine. And so during a session, this is what I'm giving her suggestions for. Mm-hmm. And so now what I'm doing is I'm changing that program, and I can't rip that old program out because that's always going to be there, just like on a computer when you've got all the information there. So what I'm going to do is give her a new program, new information. And it's the same thing with a smoker. I mean, there's people come to me 40 years, they've been smoking and they have a session and they quit smoking. Well, what I tell them is that they're a non-smoker. So now it's like I've changed their program, and that's what it is. It's like changing that program, putting new information in, and now you're going to be on that program. So this is how I tell people when they come to me. It's kind of like a path. You've got a path in a field, and you see that path in the field, and every day you walk into that field, and you walk on the same path every single day. And one day you see another path out of the corner of your eye over to the other side, and you think, I wonder if that path will get me to where I want to go. I wonder what that path will be like. I'm going to take that path. So now you take that new path. And when you take that new path, you go, wow, that was really kind of cool. I like that path. That's a nice path. Now, the path that you were always on was a downbeaten path. There was no grass, flowers, anything on that path. But the new path had all the flowers and the weeds and the things growing on that path. But now when you start to take that path every day, that becomes the downbeaten path. The other path is where everything grows up on it, and you don't want to take that path anymore because you like your new path. So
what a great metaphor.
Yeah, it's the same. So it's the same thing when we make changes. It's like we want to keep on going on that path, that new path that we've created in your subconscious mind.
Wow. Okay, I love that. So now, I would imagine, and I'm just asking because I don't know, but I would imagine that there's some similarities between the hypnosis, or maybe some sort of correlation between hypnosis and meditation. Is that correct?
Yes, there is. And that's why I like meditation so much, because people, that seems to be a little bit more mainstream is the meditation.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look at it, okay, when I do a hypnosis session, I relax the person. When you do a guided meditation, that person also gets relaxed. When you're relaxed, a lot of times you can get to a state like right before you fall asleep, and that's called theta. And theta is when your subconscious mind is most suggestible. So now you're relaxed, your body is relaxed, your mind starts to relax. And so now in hypnosis, I'm going to give that person suggestions. I'm going to give them powerful suggestions of what they told me that they wanted to change. The same thing is true in meditation. A lot of times people just want to be less anxious. So during that guided meditation, you might give them all kinds of nice suggestions about how to be less anxious. Everything is peaceful and calm. You just feel really good. You know that you can carry this on throughout your day. So now in a guided meditation or in hypnosis, I'm going to give them powerful suggestions. So that's why the two are so similar. It's a matter of relaxing, reaching the subconscious mind in a theta state when you're most suggestible, and then giving that person suggestions.
That's pretty interesting. You do a lot of different modalities, right? You do the hypnotism. That's a hard word to say. The meditation. You're a Reiki master. Are any of those modalities able to be done? Like, we're right now in the middle of this coronavirus. We were locked down for all of April. They just announced that we're going to be we're here in Illinois, locked down for another 30 days till the end of May. So how is this affecting your business? Can you take these modalities that you use and do them virtually?
Yes, I can, and I have been. So on Tuesday evenings, I do a Zoom, which is called Hypnosis and Meditation. And so I kind of explain, the similarities between hypnosis and meditation. I explain to them how it works with the subconscious mind. I tell them about creating a new path. I tell them all these things. And then I also ask people, what are some of the things that you want to change or work on? And so one of the things that I was reading like more and more on Facebook was that everybody was having a problem with sleep. So the very last one that I did, I gave them powerful suggestions on sleeping all night, sleeping good. And so, yeah, it can be done virtually. I do hypnosis sessions over the phone all the time. I've worked with somebody in California, a few people in Arizona, a few people in Tennessee, and I do it all over the telephone, and hypnosis sessions.
Do you do it over the phone, or are you doing it now over Zoom, or is like hypnosis better with the phone, or or is it
And
better to be face to face?
yeah, and I think it can be done either way, or any of those ways. So in the past, I have done them face to face because I do hypnosis sessions in my home. I have a home office. I've also done them at a doctor's office, Dr. Principe in Palis. I was doing sessions there. I So I've done them in a lot of different places, face to face. But then I also have done them over the telephone for many years now, over the telephone. And
Okay.
now with Zoom and everything that's happening, I'm doing them on Zoom also, like once a week on Tuesday evenings.
Wow. Um, that is such great information. So, what are you offering right now? What do you have going on right now?
Okay, so what I'm offering right now is kind of like an explanation to people. Uh, a lot of times people have this thing about hypnosis, like you had kind of talked about the hypnosis shows, and that's what sometimes people relate it to. But yet maybe they've heard, like hypnosis can really help them, but then they're going, yeah, but look at those shows that are out there that I've seen, and I'm not really sure about this. So what I am offering is a 15-minute free consultation. People can call me, they can ask me all the questions that they want to ask me, and I can work and show them the similarities between hypnosis and meditation. I can show them things to kind of relax them, to let them know that just because I'm doing a hypnosis session, I'm not in control. I'm not taking their control away. I'm actually giving them more control so that they can achieve what they want. And then we can talk about it. Is it something where we think that one session would work? Would 3 sessions work? And then we can kind of look at all that and see what would be best for them.
Wow, that sounds amazing. How can people reach out to you? How can they reach out to you and book a session?
Okay, so I would say if they would email me, I think email would be probably the best way. And
Okay.
so my email address is 𝐅𝐔𝐒𝐄, so it's ROSWALD728@sbcglobal.net.
All right, I want to repeat that. ROSWALD728@sbcglobal.net.
Yes,
That's how they can
correct.
reach you.
Yes.
Renee, is there anything else you want to tell us today about Reiki or hypnosis or meditation? What, like maybe you could leave us today with telling us why that lights you on fire.
Wow. I guess it's because I like to support people in making the changes that they want in their life. I felt so many times in my past that I wasn't able to make changes. I wasn't sure how to make them. I didn't know what direction to go. When I started to learn and read more about hypnosis and study it more, and then finally got certified, well, that was like my dream for a very long time. I could see that I could make the changes that I wanted to make. And I want other people to be able to see that they can make changes too, and they can make them easily. One of the words that I always used in my vocabulary for many, many years was hard. Oh my God, that's going to be hard. The hard and the can't word. That's hard. Oh, I can't do that. I don't know. And so now I've changed that and I use ease. I'm going to ease into this. I'm going to take this step by step. I know that I can do this. So sometimes just changing your words, you can make big changes in your life. So that might be something too that people right now can work on themselves. They can work on changing the words that they're saying to themselves, especially now with everything that's happening and going on. We're watching the news and we're seeing all these things. Maybe if you change your words. And one word that I really like is easy peasy. Well, that's going to be
Easy
easy
lemon
peasy.
squeezy. I don't know why, but
Yeah.
I can't say easy peasy without saying lemon squeezy too. So
Okay, now that's going to be in my mind. It's going to be the same thing for me now too.
you're welcome. So, Renee, it has been so great talking to you today and finding out a little bit more about your business and what you do and how you're truly helping people. I mean, seriously, the story about the woman going over the bridge now, I honestly, as you were telling it, I could feel her fear, right? I felt
Yeah.
she had how afraid she had to be. in order to go over that bridge. And I was thinking, there's so many people you could help out there. How about the person who's afraid to public speak? Or how about the person who's so afraid to change careers, right? Because they're stuck in this. This is comfortable. How many people are afraid to get out of their comfort zone to make big, huge, life-changing, altering, amazing, wonderful changes because of fear? So I'm going to say anybody who's really kind of fearful of anything they want to change, they should be reaching out to you.
Well, thank you. And I would love to support them in making the changes, because yes, and that's what I feel like, is that I have supported many people in making changes that they want in their life. And I just want to continue doing that as much as what I possibly can.
Awesome. I love it.
So thank you very much.
You're so welcome. Renee, I will talk to you soon. I enjoyed this so much, right? So much I enjoyed knowing what you do. So I'd love to wish you just a happy day.
Okay, thank you very much. And I wish you a happy day too.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.